Okay, so last time we did second drop and we struggled. We're going to struggle in this game. I'm not very good at Fatal Frame games. Project Zero for me was always about the scares, not so much the gameplay. The gameplay has always been a bit trash, to be honest. I love the idea of the ghosts attacking you. One thing that I would love if they ever brought Project Zero back is if you could only see the ghosts on the camera. But I mean, give me the franchise and I'll fucking reboot this shit, no problem. So third drop, Ren Hojo. So we're changing character now. Ren Hojo, the author who sent Hisoka to find the photographs, takes a closer look at the album. One photo catches his eye and he decides to investigate further. He goes to the inn with a Camera Obscura and Rui, his assistant. Now, we've got no mirror stones. We're gonna rectify that. Again, we're having to buy mirror stones for every chapter, so it's a bit But I think 2 mirror stones should be good. Third drop, Postmortem photography with Ren Hojo. These grim bastards and their weird obsessive stuff. Ren Hojo, a writer, is haunted by a recurring dream in which he kills a young girl during a ritual. We've met the young girl. He receives an album of post-mortem photographs, located on his request by Hisoka. Upon viewing one of the photos, Ren recognizes the very scene from his dreams. I'm expecting to get a game over at some point, by the way. I'm just really bad at these games. Eager to delve further into this puzzling mystery, Ren heads to... My ex had to finish Project Zero 2 for me because I couldn't do it. I just got stuck. I couldn't do the combat at all. Ren heads to the abandoned inn in person this time, bringing along his assistant, Rui Kagamiya, who is a girl and has a crush on him. But she's Otokonoko. Okay, we got a black screen. Here we go. Oh, I've put him in a special outfit. He's wearing a kimono. He's not wearing a kimono, he's wearing a... Oh, I can't remember the name. Ooh. Ooh, spooky. I know this girl. We've met this girl. See, I just burn everything and leave. That's why I'm no good at horror. I just burn everything and leave.
Oh. 他にもこの民族学者が調べたものがあるかもな。
また黒沢さんに依頼しますか？
その場所へ行こう。すぐに確かめたい。
こんな時間からですか？
Yeah, let's walk back up the mountain to the same area we've already been to. Legitimately, you think I'm joking?
なら、遮影機を持っていきますか？
You're right, I should take the
まだ使ったこ
camera
とはありま
obscura.
せんけど、試してみるチャンスかもしれません。
Chance!
ここは良くない場所だと聞いていますから。
ああ。
My camera obscura is on the desk. Hisoka sent it back after appraising it for me. I should take that shadow reading report with me too. It may come in handy. Roy's always complaining about me leaving things on the sofa. And we've got some other shit. Yeah, I've put him in a silly outfit because I unlocked it, so why not? I came across this book while researching Mount Hikami, the Maiden Slayer. I don't think this story has anything to do with what's going on now, but you never know. The Maiden Slayer, Mount Hikami has long been steeped in legends revolving around suicide and ghosts. Revered as a sacred place since time immemorial, it was once the worshipping ground and home of many shrine maidens. Once there was a man who fell in love with the maiden and came to the mountain in order to court her. However, she remained loyal to her duties and refused his advances. Enraged, The man killed her and threw her into the river. Bit of a prick, but that's men for you. Several days later, he returned with a torch and blade and proceeded to brutally butcher all the shrine maidens on the mountain, tossing them into the river as he went. This is Boxman, by the way. The waters of the mountain flowed red with blood, carrying the slaughtered corpses of the maidens all the way down to the pool of purification. It is said that the eyes of each shrine maidens had been gouged out. Just before killing the first maiden and tossing her into the river, the man's eyes met with those of his victim. Something in her eyes led him to murder the others, or so the legend goes. With all the maidens dead, he killed himself by cutting his own throat. The ghosts of shrine maidens, still drenched in those bloody waters, have appeared on the mountain ever since. It is said that those who meet their eyes are led to their deaths if they follow the women into the water and drown themselves, or are forced to cut their own throat, as we found out quite horrifically in the last episode. Though only a legend, the story is believed to be based on an actual incident. Local records show the bodies of several shrine maidens were discovered long ago, and that all rituals and rites ceased to be performed from that day on. This looks like part of Rui's journal. It must have got mixed in here while tidying. I feel bad reading it, but Mr. Hojo can't clean up after himself. For someone who's lived alone for so long, he's incapable of housework. He can't cook and he's bad at tidying up. I'm more like his caretaker than his assistant. He loses things all the time, and whenever he doesn't have a book he needs, he blows up. He usually ends up asking Ms. Kurosawa for help. One time, when I was trying to sort all his books, there was one I couldn't find anywhere. It's like it just disappeared. Miss Kurosawa found it with her shadow reading. She went into his room on her own and then came back out a little while later with the missing book. She just smiled and said something about making the invisible visible. What is this shadow reading business anyway? That reminds me of that one time. I was tidying up and I came across something I'd never seen before. It was like Miss Kurosawa said, the invisible became visible. It was kept inside an old box. I don't even know what it was. I put it aside to sort out later on, but when I went to take a proper look, it had vanished. It must have gone invisible again. I can't go without the Camera Obscura. I left it on the desk. And this is fucking my time as well. But that's just the way these things go. Now, we left a note on the couch, so it may have some information I could use. Who knows when I might need it. Yuri's report. This looks like a report written by Yuri. It seemed to be about the photo album. Found item report. Client Ren Hojo. Report by Yuri Kozukata. Verified by Hisoka Kurosawa. Details of request. Find items pertaining to post-mortem photography on Mount Hikami. Obtain them if possible. Perform shadow reading using a post-mortem photograph found on Mount Hikami as token. Located album of post-mortem photographs in Ishuru Manor. Took custody of the object. Okay, I don't need the map, game. Oh, it's telling me where to go, is it? To Mikamori Pond? It's telling me where we found it. I can't go without the Camera Obscura. Jesus Christ, I know, I'm trying to read your lore. Oh, game. Why you do this to me, game? Ugh. There's an antique-looking camera on the desk. You got lens Camera Obscura. You got the measure upgrade. This displays the current health of a locked-on enemy. There's an unfinished manuscript on the desk. It doesn't yet have a title. I'll need more materials to solidify the theme. Unfinished manuscript. Memorial portraiture. The act of photographing dead bodies was a practice in Western countries in the 19th century, a time when photography was still a rare and expensive luxury. I'm actually quite into that. It's quite grim. They prop them up and make them look real and sit with them. It's ugh. The bodies of recently deceased family members and loved ones were photographed in lifelike poses as a solemn keepsake of remembrance. It doesn't make sense though, because back in the day you couldn't really afford to get your portrait taken, and you had to sit still for a very long time. So when your beloved aunt or whatever died, they're not going to move, so you just sit them still, slap some makeup on them, and then take a photo, and that way you have a photo. Can you imagine? Like, I don't know about you, but my grandfather died not a couple of years back now. I can't remember his face for the life of me, but I got photos of him, dude. Otherwise, I'd be like, no idea what he looks like. While researching the phenomenon, I discovered that a similar custom made its way to Japan as well. Known as post-mortem photographs, a small number of these photos still remain. I've been fortunate enough to obtain one such photograph, which I found to contain a certain beauty lacking in its Western counterparts. When photography first arrived in Japan, it was accompanied by the prevalent superstition that photographs could steal a person's soul. Whether anyone truly believed this or not, it surely gave post-mortem photography a special significance in Japan. If photos were taken with this belief in mind, then postmortem photographs would not simply have been taken as keepsakes or for mourning purposes, rather the practice may have carried a certain deeper spiritual significance. Hisoka's letter. It's a reply to the appraisal request for this Camera Obscura. It urges caution in using it. Ren Hojo. And again, remember, in the first game, there was literally only one camera. There was literally just one camera. He only ever made one camera, and then they kept finding prototypes of it because they wanted to make more games. Apart from in Fatal Frame 4, which we don't talk about. Considering how bad this one is, that should tell you everything you need to know about Project 04. To Ren Hojo, the camera you left me to look at is a device known as a Camera Obscura. Its purpose is to capture images of the supernatural, things invisible to the naked eye. Bearing in mind, Hisoka is currently fucking sucked in under the mountain in the water, and we're fucking about as Ren, because this game has pacing issues. These cameras are incredibly rare, with an almost mythical status in the antiques market. A few have been known to exist, but this is the first I've ever seen with compound lenses. I don't mean to frighten you, but rumour holds that to own a Camera Obscura is to invite misfortune. They say everyone who has owned one has either died, lost their mind, or gone missing. The cameras themselves have outlived many owners. While some aficionados do seek them out, the stories of previous owners meeting with such misfortune has had an impact on their value as antiques. My Camera Obscura was left to a local family after its previous owner passed away. They graciously gave it to me. I believe yours is still usable, but please do exercise caution in doing so. Sincerely, Ose Kurosawa. P.S. The cover on your Camera Obscura is broken, but it seems it originally had a box shape. I doubt you'd sell it to me, but I would like to borrow it for a while if you don't mind. I am happy to compensate. Please think it over. And here's our camera. I think if Ren would shut the fuck up for a second, and I remember the controls. Ren's camera. So we have to manually enhance Ren's camera separately. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 5,000 points into the loader. And we're going to increase our damage. Because as we found out last time, we do fuck all damage on this difficulty. I'm expecting to die a lot, to be honest.
Hikami山には夕暮れ時に入ってはならないという噂があるんです。
Could be all the ghosts.
大間が時に山に入ると、山は別の姿、本当の姿を見せる。入るのは自殺しようとする人だけですよ。
Although thus far, no one without a Camera Obscura has been able to see the ghosts unless they've been
アル
being
バムが見
murdered.
つかったのはあの旅館のようですね。先生、その遮影機本当に使えるんですか？一度試しておいた方がいいと思います。
Stop flirting with me. Ren's Camera Obscura. This type of Camera Obscura allows you to take multiple photos at once, using multi-shot R to take 4 photos at once, dealing more damage to the ghosts you photograph. Press R. See how quickly that took to reload? And that's a standard. It still takes fucking ages to reload. So you don't really want to not be taking multi-shots, but the thing that I remember...
綺麗に撮れました？
モデル通りだな。
どっちなんです？
さあ
The thing that I remember is you'd start the multi-shot, you'd get the one hit that you wanted. Also, we don't have psychometry.
奥にある古い建物は 以前は山を祀るお寺か神社の一部だったと言われています。旅館になった後、経営者の一家が住んでいたようですが、氷上山全域で大きな地滑りがあり、土砂崩れで埋まってしまったそうです。先生が依頼したアルバムが見つかったのは旧館の建物みたいですね。
ああ、そうらしい。
That's my dog. As you see, we don't have psychometry, so we can't get the ghost Isaac's pimp stance from Dead Space. As much as I'd love to. An old three-story inn stands in silence. The landslide raced down the mountain and through the inn, dumping all it picked up into the pond. Fully expecting to start dying soon because this game's quite difficult. The camera is reacting to something. Hold down ZR to find the trail. So using our camera, we now have a ghost pimp stance. I personally think this is really lazy. I think I had a rant about it in the original playthrough I did of this game, but I liked the idea of having one of the characters with the camera not being psychic. I think it helps to have characters who can't see the ghosts. I would love a modern Fatal Frame where you can't see the ghost unless you've got the camera, and I'd love it if you had to play as one of the characters who couldn't see this shit. I think that would be aces. Obviously that next room is where we got grabbed by many hands as Yuri. But you can already see we're reusing assets. The hatch on the duct has shut itself. It must have been the wind. Are you fucking special, son? Woman in the shadows. Woman in the shadows. Film. You ready? Ooh. Ooh. It's a bit annoying that this shit doesn't carry over. Hands waving in the dark. But you'd be walking around. You've only got 52 shots and you don't want to waste your film, do you? On that. And then one of the big things comes out and you get shreked. But for whatever reason, despite the fact that we don't have psychometry, we are able to... Ah! Fuck off, Rui. Silly girl. I mean, Rui's totally a boy. Windows in this hallway have all been nailed shut. And again, this is Ren's bonus costume. He will be going back into his standard costume. I've shown you all the costumes I've unlocked. It's mostly classes. I think if you S rank everything on Nightmare mode, you unlock like the Samus's Zero suit and stuff like that. Well, I fucked that up, didn't I? Oh, we do no damage. Right, okay, fine. Where's she gone? She's gone. Unload. She's on half health. Oh, she's coming for me. She's coming for me again. That was the multi-shot. Look at the load time on it though. I think we got her. No. She's still kicking. Ah, she's gone in the wall now. Stop it! Ah, fuck. I can't believe you've done this. But look at the load time. Quick, shove your fist in her. Awful combat. Awful. Everything takes 5,000 shots. I think what you're supposed to do is play the game over and over and over again to upgrade the camera in order to do this difficulty. Whereas we are stuck with just the upgrades that we had, which, let's be honest, I think we get lenses later. But let's continue onwards on our journey.
Hisoka さんがアルバムを見つけたのはこの部屋でしょうか。
ああ、そう聞いてる。
You pose for me? Hisoka liked to pose for me. Rui, not so much. Rui's got issues. Man shrouded in darkness. Then why is he so bright? Because I've got the brightness up. I've also upped the brightness on the recording. Yeah, I know how the game works. Thanks for the tutorial. Let's do our psychometry. Really? Now you have to... There we go. That's the photo. There we go. Crumpled old note has materialized. This must be what the camera was reacting to. There's a note lying on the shelf. Maybe it belonged to someone who lived here. How long has it been since I lost everything? The mountain swallowed up half my inn. All I have left is that old album of postmortem photographs, the one left by my father. I don't even know who those photos are of, but it's the last vestige of family I have. How long have I spent here? Wallowing in the darkness? It doesn't matter. I'll burn it all, and then there will only be me. I think I'll end it up in the observation room on the roof. The sunset is lovely up there. The camera is reacting to the note. Using this note as a token, I might find a trace that will lead me to some info about that photograph. Thanks, friend. Again. Not scary. Just sad. This is a lot of people just killing themselves. Some of them being forced to kill themselves. But this game is just sad. And it's only going to get sadder and more distressing when we learn more about the characters and the abuses they have suffered. NGL, it's not pleasant. I've already put a well, I already said at the start it was not pleasant. She's coming for me. That was not a dodge. See the lack of damage we're doing with the frankly quite terrible film. No, not you, mate. Did I just despawn them? I didn't. Yeah, I know, we read the note together. I believe I accidentally despawned those ghosts by walking up these stairs, which... That was annoying. So we basically lost a fuckload of film and points then. I mean, again, the one thing is they hide the ghosts fucking everywhere. There could be a ghost in that corner there and I wouldn't know. But I'm not exactly the most observant person in the world. Again, I can buy all the mirror stones I want, but I can't carry them into the next level. But I kind of want mirror stones for every level, so I might have to start going back and replaying earlier chapters just to save up the points. There's an item somewhere. And we are also at the point where I'm splitting the episodes because it's so long. It takes me a long time to do this. Mostly because your average walking speed is potato. Yeah. But we don't get to carry it over. That's the thing. I don't understand. It's a very bizarre gameplay mechanic. We should be able to carry over our inventory at all times. It's one of the basics of survival horror, or at least for me, is hoarding items. No. Ah, here we go. Look how long it takes to charge. It's awful. And it's in that thing that was right at the start. Not what I wanted to push. It's... I can't do quick turn. Anything at the end of this? Something. Man hanged in a hole. Hey, friend. Give me a bit. Oh, there's a soiled notebook here. Like the one found in the old building, it looks like it belonged to the innkeeper. Even before the landslide, there were always strange goings-on around here. Some years ago, 2 girls went missing on a college field trip. The police were stumped. A few days later, one of the girls turned up again, seemingly out of her mind. There were lots of theories, but most people believed they were simply spirited away. That girl came back each year to look for a friend, like some sort of pilgrimage. Countless people have gone missing here over the years. We're all used to it by now. My father was spirited away too, as was the folklorist, Keiji Watari. We'll get to him, I think. Next it'll be my turn, I bet. I'll vanish with the rest of them. I doubt anyone will think to come looking for me. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. Oh. Controls, man. Controls. I don't remember where that little thing was. It was down here, wasn't it? Hello? Is it down here? Oh, fuck. I can't get the hatch to the duct open, it's being held shut. Sync shots. Taking photos identical to the psychic photographs taken with the Camera Obscura can break seals, blocking your access. Objective updated. Okay, so what we need to do is